Hello everyone, and welcome to another tips video by Prima Games. Today we are celebrating 30 years of Rare along with Microsoft. We've got Battletoads for the original Nintendo Entertainment System, courtesy of Rare Replay. And today we're going to be covering the Hoverbike level. Seems a lot of people have some misconceptions about the Hoverbike level, and it's just a really difficult level for a lot of people to get past. So we're going to show you how to get past it without losing any lives at all, and give you a few tips here and there to make it a little bit easier for you. First and foremost, let's start off with the beginning portion of the level before you get to the actual Hoverbike section. Now this area, there are a handful of enemies, nothing really too significant to worry about, but there are a few tips that we can offer to help you get through this a little bit faster. Now, if score doesn't matter to you, if you don't care about your score, you don't care about getting as many free lives as possible, then you can go ahead and do a dash attack, which is the ram horns as you see here, into these enemies, which automatically plants them into the ground. And then you can do another dash attack, which automatically gives you the finishing boot attack. Now, if you are worried about points and you want to maximize your score as much as possible, then you actually want to just use a regular combo. That's actually going to give you a higher score, even though it takes a little bit longer to finish them off. It's important to try to fight them as close to the center of the stage as you can. That way you don't have to worry about them being off screen and you unable to hit them. These bugs here will actually try to steal your health bars. So ideally you want to hit them on the way up, so you don't have to worry about them stealing your health bars at all, but that's pretty difficult to do. So if you can't do that, stay to the left side, hit as many as you can on the way down, then run to the right and grab your health bars before they fall too low for you to pick them up. When you reach this part of the level, where you have to fight two enemies at once, stay in the middle and let them move away from the edges a little bit. You don't want to be fighting one of them, have them move off the edge, and then be stuck with the other one coming in behind you while you can't hit the one that's off screen. So go ahead and stay in the middle, let them move in just a little bit, not too much, then move over, do a dash attack to one of them, do another dash attack once it's planted in the ground to finish it off, then focus on the second one. This will make it a little bit easier for you to take down both of them. At this point, the enemies are going to appear as soon as you reach about halfway into this little platform here. For the first one, you want to go ahead and run to the center, and then as soon as you see its shadow appear, run to the left side of it. That way you don't have to worry about finishing it off and accidentally falling off the stage. Because if you're too close to the edge of this platform and you use your finishing boot, you will fall off the stage and lose a life. For the second one, you want to go ahead and run past it so you're on the right-hand side of it. That way you're attacking it toward the left and you've got a lot more room to work with. Again, it's the same thing. You want to make sure you're not too close to the edge of this platform when you do your finishing move, because if you are, you're going to fall right off the stage. Now that you've reached the hoverbikes, we're going to go ahead and break down this first section here. Now, this is pretty easy. You're basically just going to go up and down, avoiding the blocks that are going to pop up on the right side of the screen. Make sure you're always watching the right side so you know when the blocks are going to pop up and where you need to be. Now keep in mind, you don't have to move all the way to the top or bottom of the screen in order to avoid those blocks. You can actually stay toward the middle and just move slightly up or slightly down, but we'll get to that a little bit later. During this part, you can go ahead and move all the way up and down if you like. Just keep in mind, you're going to have to stick toward the middle once you get to the final portion of the stage. Now when you reach these blocks that cover the entire platform, you want to go ahead and jump over those. At this point in time, you can kind of jump whenever you want, as long as you jump in time to actually clear it. When you reach this second checkpoint, there's going to be jumps. Now, contrary to popular belief, you do not have to actually press the jump button on any of those ramps. If you just run over the ramp, it will send you as far as you need to be. During this section, it's important to jump over the first blockade a little bit early. The reason being is, if you jump too late, you won't have time to land and then jump over the second blockade. There's not a whole lot to worry about during this section. It's really just a matter of, once again, moving up and down. Once you reach this blue blockade, it basically signifies that the blockade is in the air, which means if you jump, you'll hit it. But if you don't jump, you'll hover right under it. So make sure as soon as you see anything blue, you don't jump unless it's a blue ramp. If it's a blue ramp, you have to jump in order to hit that. Coming up here, you're going to see that first blue ramp that we mentioned earlier. Once again, just make sure that you jump so that you're in the air when you move across that ramp, and you'll be fine. At this point, you come across enemies that drop small blockades on the platform you're on. While you can certainly dodge them up or down depending on where they're at, you don't have to. You can actually jump over them. The last blockade before the next checkpoint is actually directly in the middle of the platform you're on. So make sure you're either all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom in order to avoid that. When you reach these flying ships, wait for the first one to move down and then move just past it across the top of the platform. Don't move too far, just move past that first one. Once you pass the first one, wait for the second one to move down and past that. But you want to make sure you stay at the top of the platform. The reason being is the one that kind of flies by really quickly in a kind of sporadic formation will always miss you if you're close to the front of the screen at the very top. The exclamation point here signifies that you need to jump, but there are no ramps to help you. Now after this final checkpoint, you're going to have more blockades, but they're not going to give you any warning of what's coming up. The first one's going to come from the top, so make sure as soon as you cross that checkpoint, you move down to the bottom. The blockades come very quickly here, so if you're not staying toward the middle of the platform, you might have difficulty moving up and down fast enough to avoid all the blockades. As long as you stay close to the middle and then move slightly up and slightly down to avoid the blockades, you shouldn't have too much trouble here. Just keep in mind, they always start at the top and it always alternates. Top, bottom, etc. Now once the blockades at the top and bottom have completed, there's going to be a small pause, and then you're going to have a blockade that covers the entire screen. So you need to be ready for that. Once you see the pause, get ready to jump over that blockade that comes up. After that, there are going to be more enemies dropping blockades. The blockade's going to come at the top and bottom when the enemies drop them. Don't worry about trying to squeeze through the middle of that. Just jump over them. And that's that, guys. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll definitely try to help you out. For now, we're going to put up the entire run clean so you can see it done for yourself. Thanks for watching this Prima Games video. We'll have more on Battletoads and many other games in the future, so make sure to like and subscribe.
You